Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
So, today we're gonna do a quick introduction live stream about DRlens and DR Script. With me today is the person who developed DRlens. So, his name is Mage. You know him from the Discord and you know him from Twitter. And before we start, I want to say, most of the people don't know, but what we are doing in Academy or in general is not only a one-man show, it's not only me. There's on the journey since I released my first video on YouTube, a lot of people joined the course and a lot of people put a lot of hours of work and dedication in developing stuff like DRlens. So it's not only me who is doing that. There is 7 people now who are team DR and who are giving a lot of time of their free time to just help people to become better traders. So maybe give us a short introduction, Mage.
Hello, everyone. Yes, it's me. It's Meje, actually. Um, I'm so glad to be here to proudly present my baby, which was developed thanks to the
Oh
insights of the
wait,
masters.
we have echo. Do we have echo? Wait a second. Is the quality good? Can you hear everything?
Hello, Echo.
Yes, it's good. We love Mage. We
Someone.
love Mage. Yes, sound is perfect. It's good. No echo. No echo. No echo. Do you guys hear double the stream? No. No echo. No echo here. Okay, sorry to interrupt you. I thought we have a sound problem. Perfect. Okay, please. I interrupted you.
No worries. I'm glad to present this beast of a platform which looks fantastic, and I have to thank Dom from the Discord server. He gave the platform a fantastic look, but it's not only the look that is important. It's the look is amazing. We're really proud of it, but the statistical insights that you can gain from this one, I think it's awesome. Like giving access to everybody who don't have any coding skills and slice and dice the data however you want. For me, I'm really proud, and I already read so many messages of people loving the platform. So hopefully today we can showcase the power of the platform, the power of data. And if you guys have any questions, we're happy to go through the meaning. Make sure to read the introduction, the user guide that we posted in the DR Academy. And for the people who are not in the DR Academy yet, today is a good day to learn more about this platform, which we proudly produced and presented to you. And I have to thank Master for giving the insights and the inspiration, without his explanations. And, we spent a lot of time together. I was pestering him with a lot of questions on how do I calculate this? Do I calculate it from this line? Does this make sense? He spent a lot of time and patience, and but the overall result, I think he's also very proud. So we are here today to present this to everybody, and hopefully people will love it as much as we do.
Definitely, that was a quite exciting journey to start with you. And yes, I am very proud about the product we have here. And it's just giving so much more edge to the people who are trading and everybody who really wants to maximize his trading style and his trading results should always go back to data. So if you work in the professional industry, you will not find any trader there who has not either a data-driven or iconic-driven model which backs up his decision making. And that's the same way we are going with DR. I know a lot of people are happy about, yeah, I can smell where the market is going, or I can do this or that because I'm such a good trader. I can see what the market is doing tomorrow. Our approach is different. We are quantified. We are using a model with the DR, which is having over 20 years data, and we are basing our decisions on real-time data and on data we derivate out of, for example, DRlens. And in my opinion, and that's what I learned over 18 years, that's the difference between a professional trader and a retail trader. It has been the difference because we're gonna change that. Because you're gonna get not all the tools, but we already have given you so much tools, and now we are not just stopping. DRlens and DR Drive, it's just such an edge, and we are giving that away to you guys so that you can be more successful in your trading journey. So let's start talking about the platform age. So I am a new user here. Everybody can see my mouse, I think so. So the first time I come to DRlens, explain me, what do I see? I'm on the dashboard. I selected E-mini Dow Jones.
Yep.
So what can I do now?
Can you show how to use the drop down and show people how the data dynamically changes when you click something else on the filter on the left side?
Yes, maybe let's start with the dashboard. Explain the numbers a bit, please.
Okay, sure. So the first thing you see is it's the date. So you can see today is Sunday, January 15th. And if you check the platform tomorrow, it will say it's Monday, January 16th, right? Okay, so what happens when the date changes? Basically, the first dashboard that you see, Monday, well, today is an edge case because it's a weekend, so there's no trading today. But let's suppose that it's Monday and it's a trading day. Then the dashboard will tell you, okay, today is Monday. I'll show you all the statistics for every Monday in the last 20 years. So it would tell you how many times the DR was confirmed, because there are days where DR actually is never confirmed in the day. So where price chops around and never goes above or below DR. That is not a confirmed day, but as you can see from the stat there, 93.9% of the days in the last 20 years, there was a confirmation, either upside or downside. So the second statistic that you can see, the DR true percentage, that is the fundamental rule that you explained in the first video of the YouTube series. It's whether the DR rule holds true, meaning if there is a DR confirmation after 10:30 or after the relevant DR session, then price never closes below the opposite DR for the rest of the session. So this is the basic rule that hopefully everybody understands. And you can see without counting for any news days, is still pretty high, almost 82% on Mondays. This is the percentage for Mondays. If the day after is Tuesday, then you will see the percentage for all the Tuesdays, and so on and so forth. The confirmation long, it tells you the percentage of days where the R confirmation happened on the long side. So if it's 100%, it means all the days were confirmed long. If it's 0, it means all the days were confirmed on the short side. And if it's 52.9%, it means it's slightly more on the long side than on the short side. It's almost like flipping a coin, but a little bit more skewed towards the long side. One important metric for me is the next one, the retracement into DR. It tells you the percentage of times the price came back into DR after a confirmation. So, which means you have a confirmation at some point in the day, either above or below. And after that confirmation, you don't FOMO, because if you see price running, and you see it keeps going and you think, oh my God, I lost the train and price is running without me. No, you can see that this statistics, it tells you that 87% of the time, price will come back into the R range. So this for me, it's very important to keep in mind
So
that
does
price had.
Sorry. So does that mean that like we don't have to worry about when the confirmation is done, that we will have, whenever the confirmation is true, we will see a retracement with 87% probability? That's what you're telling me?
We will see a price touching DR again with 87% probability. Yes.
So that means whenever we are getting a confirmation, we have 87% probability that price will at least return to the DR high or low, depending on the day. Let's take
Yes.
DR high as an example. 87%. That's amazing.
Yes. And for Monday. And for Tuesday, it's a different percentage. But for
What
Monday, it's 87%.
are you telling me that these stats are also based on the day?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And they're also based on the month, and they're also based on the week of the month, which we'll come back to that later. But
Okay.
yeah.
Wow, if I would not know it, I would be blown away, to be honest. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Do you want to know more about the next one?
Yeah, like tell me. I want to know everything because I am somebody who wants to make a living out of trading. So yeah, I would be very interested to know what the next number is.
I think people will be excited about this
No,
one, to be honest.
I have an idea what it could be, but like maybe we should not tell the people.
Do you think people know about a retirement setup?
Yeah, I think I heard about it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it tells me something, but I'm not sure if people are really aware. But let's pretend that you have a confirmation to the
Yes.
long side,
Okay.
and let's pretend that price comes back to the low IDR,
Yes.
roughly. Okay.
Okay.
So outside the R percentage, it tells you how many times price by the end of the day closes above the DR. So if there was a confirmation long and price retraces down,
Yes.
it tells you almost 62% of the time by the end of the day, at the end of the day, actually, not by the
Yes.
end of the day. At the end of the day, the price will close with 62% probability above IDR
Wait, wait,
high.
wait,
Or
wait,
sorry,
wait,
about
wait,
DR
wait,
high.
wait. That can't be. So, like, how many candles are you taking into consideration when we talk about the end of the DR session? Is it one candle or how many candles?
The highest of the last three candles. So the last
So it
15
means in the
minutes.
last 15 minutes, so that's like 3:45 New York local time, right?
Yes.
Okay,
And
so
I'm not taking the highest point, I'm taking the highest close.
the highest close. Okay, so
Yes.
we are not even talking about wicks, so we are talking about
No.
closing. So let me
Yes.
rephrase it. So we are talking about a setup. It's we have a confirmation to the long side, which happened during the day, right?
Yes.
And now, right now, it's let's say 3:30 in the afternoon. Yeah.
Yep.
And price is somewhere around, let's say, the mid-level of IDR. So, do you
Mhm.
want to tell me that when this is happening at 3:30, it means that I have a chance of 62% that price will close above the DR high in the last
Yes.
15 minutes? 62%. Are
Yes.
you sure you calculated it right? Because like I mean, don't get me wrong, but like I mean, like I don't see that on my FX book. So no,
Yeah,
just
I'm
joking.
pretty sure
Okay,
it's calculated right.
you know, like I'm making a little bit fun because, but I'm really amazed about the data we are giving to the people here because, like, for everybody to understand, we're talking about a 62% chance over every Monday in the last 20 years of data that if you in the market and you look at 3:30 and prices after confirmation somewhere below the DR high, it means you have a 62% chance that the price is closing above. Combine it with all the other data what you have, IDR true, confirmation long, etc., retracement into DR. This is data which is, people in the chat, I thought, haha, master, you don't giving it away for free. Yeah, sure, I'm not giving it away for free, but like the price which is included in everything we are offering in the academy, it's a joke. If you have any clue about trading, you will know that these datas are priceless. Okay, perfect, amazing. Let's go to mean standard deviation.
Sorry, can I clarify?
Yes,
just
please.
to flip it on the short side? If you have a confirmation on the short side and then price retraces above, so all the way up to mid IDR or wherever, it comes back into the R range, then there's still the 62% chance that price will close below the R low.
Yes. Okay.
So it works in both directions.
Of course.
This as we can see, this is for all the days, and we don't know the direction, but we'll come to the direction later. But this tells you there is a 62% probability that price will either close above or below, depending on the direction of travel.
Amazing. Let's move to the mean standard deviation.
Yes, the mean standard deviation up, it means on average what standard deviation is reached after a confirmation, either up or down. So you can see this is interesting, but it will be more interesting once you know the direction.
Yes.
Because this tells you, for all the days, on average, price goes up to at least 0.5, in this case 0.7, and it goes down at least 0.7. But we will see that if we select the direction of confirmation, that will change.
Yeah, of course. But like in general, we can say that like we have in our script, we have the 0.5 standard deviation. So it means that 0.5 is definitely, no matter which direction we are getting confirmed, but it seems to be over 20 years the low-hanging fruit target, right? So it's like over 20 years, when I look at the stats from Monday, it always reached 0.7, either up or down, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Because somebody was asking in the chat, we are looking right now at ADR, E-mini Dow Jones data, yeah?
Yep.
Okay,
correct.
So mean standard deviation is the same what we explained then, and now we have average confirmation time. Tell us about that.
This is very simple. It's the average time that price gets confirmed after the first hour of trading. So in this case, 9:20 for the ADR session. That's the average time of the confirmation.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So we don't have to go through all the numbers. So right now we have looked at every Monday of the last 20 years, right? So we have January. So that means January is all Mondays in January. Am I right?
No, it's all the Januaries.
Okay.
It's all the January data.
Yeah, I'm a little bit stupid. I'm working with my ethics book. Okay, so January means every January. So that's all the Januaries in the last 20 years. Fine. And then we have the seasonal dashboard, which is week 2. So that means then every second week in January for the last 20 years, right?
Yes, correct.
Perfect.
No, sorry, every second week of the month.
Yes.
Not necessarily in January.
Okay, so clarified, understood. Nice. You should be a teacher. I like it. On the left side, we have select instrument. So I guess I could change here every instrument just to show it to everyone quick. So we can go to NASDAQ and we go to S&P. We stay with Dow Jones. And of course, we will be adding like every other instrument from Euro USD to gold. All will be added with the time. So you will have access to 20 years of data for almost every instrument, which makes sense to trade with DR. And then we can select the range. So we can look at ADR data, we can look at ODR data, and we can look at RDR data, right? Correct. And yes.
Sorry, I just noticed because I'm watching your stream, there is a bit of a lag, but hopefully people can still follow.
Yeah, like they will get it. the leg is coming. Like we think we are talking, but they don't see us.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
exactly.
that.
Yeah, yeah, that's okay.
So, and the session filtering means like entire data set. So that means for 20 years, right? Then I can click
Yeah,
on after chosen date, right?
correct. Yeah,
And I can take the last X trading days. So
correct.
actually I don't see anything here, by the way. Is it me?
You need to click the after chosen date, and then something will appear.
No, it's not appearing. Maybe it's just on my browser.
Oh, maybe it's the font. You see, maybe we need to change the font for that.
Yeah,
You see, there is something
yeah,
highlighting. You can
yes.
type the date probably.
Yeah. Okay. So we stay with the entire data set. So now we are finished with the dashboard. So now I have this button over here with these distributions. So I click on that.
Wait, we forgot something very important though
Oh,
in the dashboards,
okay.
because we only showed the data for all the days, meaning true and false days. But
Yes.
what about if you know that confirmation happened on the long side on Monday? What about
Wait.
getting more insights
I wanted to
into
be too fast. So,
that?
true. I didn't see that. There's all days, and now we could look for. Let's go long. Let's check the long data. Okay. Oh, it's telling me it's weekend, so get ready for Monday. Yeah,
Still can.
for the chat. Yeah, we have seen that. We gonna fix that. There is something. I think there's the wrong color. We're gonna push the update on the live, so you will see entire dataset stuff. Okay, now confirmation long.
Yep.
So that
Okay.
means we have,
Confirmation.
yes. So that means all the data we have been talking through, right? Now only for days where there was a confirmation for long, right?
Only for Mondays where the confirmation was long.
Ah, I forgot about it. So Monday, confirmation long, and then I will get separate data between all days and confirmation long. So that means like technically, like it's tomorrow is Monday, and the trading session starts, and I get a confirmation long. Then I can switch on this dashboard to confirmation long because it's a Monday, right? And I have a
Yeah.
confirmation long. Okay,
Yes.
so what should I look like when like there are difference in the data? So of course DR true is whenever it's true that the confirmation long will become true. The retracement into DR is also the same, so 87%, very high. So the first
Yeah.
difference we have on outside DR, so this seemed to be go up because we were talking about 62%. And now on a long day, on Mondays, it seems to be 65,
Yeah.
56, 65.5.
65.
Okay. And the mean
And
standard deviation is way higher than it was before.
yes,
Like before it
it
was
is.
0.7. Now we know on Monday after confirmation long, the average standard deviation is 1.5 over 20 years, right?
Correct. And that's because the data, when you select all the days, true and false, the data is a bit too choppy. You are aggregating a little bit too many things that are different between each others. But once you select and you filter for days that are similar in characteristics, like
Yes.
all the long confirmations, then they're more you get a more meaningful standard deviation number, and you also get a more meaningful retracement number because you are filtering for retracement that happened in
Yeah.
the same direction.
Okay. Nice. Okay. And now I see a data we have not seen before, a retracement before high of the day. What is this?
Yes, this is something that I realized when working on the data. There are different type of retracements. There is the absolute retracement that you have in every single day. So, what is the definition of retracement? Do you know?
Sorry again.
Do you remember? Did you write down the definition of retracement in your FX book?
No, but like I can't find my FX book. It's I lost it somewhere. You know, I'm a little bit old.
All
Maybe
right,
you
so
tell me the definition.
I'll refresh your mind on that.
Okay.
So if you have a confirmation on the long side, then the retracement is calculated as IDR minus the lowest price in the day divided by the standard deviation, divided by the IDR minus IDR high minus IDR low. But
Okay, that's
it's in the user
complicated.
guide. Hopefully people remember what the standard deviation is. So it's
Okay,
the
okay.
range of IDR.
Yes, that I remember.
Yes. So you basically want to know how deep into IDR price comes. And a positive number is there's no direction. So a positive retracement means that price actually came back into IDR.
Okay.
If it's negative, it means that price after price broke and went and it retraced on a negative number, it means it retracing above IDR high.
Okay.
It means it never comes back into IDR.
Okay. That's another amazing statistic point in my view.
Yes, and you'll see later when we switch to distributions that we
Yeah.
will have some negative numbers, and then
Yeah.
we will provide them maybe a practical example
So
on a chart.
I will make it a little bit easier for the guys who are listening the first time. So that means retracement before high of the day. It means we have a confirmation and before market is extending, like we're talking about the long scenario. So confirmation long
Yep.
and retracement before high of the day means we calculate the retracement before the market is extending to the upside, before we see the high of the day. So in total, we can say we see a confirmation, we see an average retracement, and then we will extend to the upside. And this average retracement is 20% into the IDR range, right?
Correct.
So I'm not, now I get a connection error, connection timed out. Okay, that's,
Hello?
no, not my internet, just the DRlens.
Oh.
So you can talk a little bit more about, I think like everybody in the stream tries to get on DRlens right now, and that's maybe...
Yeah, so now I can see it. Yeah, so this is really important because
yeah, keep on talking. We'll come back. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Let me switch it on my screen actually. Okay. So what were we saying? Retracement before the high of the day. So yes, as you said, this is the retracement calculated between a price confirmation and the high of the day. The absolute retracement, it doesn't count, doesn't matter when it happens. It just takes the biggest, most pronounced retracement that happens in the day. So that's the difference between the two, and that's why one is higher than the other. So one is the retracement before the maximum extension, and the other one can happen at any time. So usually it happens after the extension. That's why it's bigger.
Yeah,
And then we have
just quick, because somebody in the chat was mentioning that. So technically, it's true. It's not the high of the day. So we are talking about high of the session, of course. So we have to change that in the DRlens, because it's right. It's not the high of the day. It's the high of the session.
And it's the high of the post DR hour session. Because if the high of the day was during the DR, so like between 9:30 and 10:30, then this is not taking that point into account. It's only taking the highest point reached after 10:30.
Yes, it's.
We'll make a note of that.
Yeah. Ralph, it's day. It's not the day. It's for the session. Everything is session related.
Yeah.
But of course, it could be also the high of the day. It depends on what the market was doing.
Correct. the last retracement that we haven't talked about yet is the last one. So the retracement after 0.5x, which is basically tells you how much price retraces after touching the 0.5 standard deviation. So if you have a subsequent to price reaching a retracement subsequent to price reaching the 0.5 standard deviation.
Okay, we have screen again.
Clear?
Yeah. So let me see. No, it's like there's too much people right now at the same time. Like, could everybody...
It's working on mine.
Yeah, it's not working for me.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, see, like I'm not a developer of this, so I don't have priority. Thank you very much. Yeah, I would give the screen sharing to Mage, but like he's connected, not connected with the OBS. Now we are back. Let me switch quickly to distributions, hopefully. Oh, it's not working.
Too much excitement. Maybe you can pull up the user guide that we prepared.
Now let me try it again. So I'm sorry guys, but like it seems to be too much traffic right now on it. I think like everybody's trying also to access it. It's not only the people who are logged in, because like we have people logging in all the time, but
yeah, I'm checking AWS. There is a big spike in users. Let me see if I can do something on backend. Because once we have a lot of traffic, then there should be
there
more
are new
deployment.
instances,
Yeah. Let me see.
Okay, it's coming back. Now we have it. Okay, good. I have a screen. So don't look at the data, guys. I have a screen back. So we go directly to distributions, and I'm not going to touch anything.
Okay, and it's still not loading on your stream, so
yeah, it should be. You can like talk with me, because like the stream is.
Yeah, I can see it now. I can see it now. Yeah.
Okay, so now sorry guys for the interruption, but now we have a screen. I will not press anything, so if you don't see me pressing something, it's just because I want to make sure that we have a screen to explain. You can test it later in your own stream, in your own application. So now we are at distribution. So first of all,
this
like
is
the
where
first
the magic
thing I
happens.
see. That's where the magic is happening. Okay, tell me about it.
Well, because I mean the dashboard is your companion for the trading day. You know, you log in, you check the statistics, and then you have a confirmation. You click on the confirmation site, and then you see on more or less where what you should expect for the day. But if you want to drill down a little bit more and be more precise, then you also have other data points that you could explore. Like, for example, if you have a confirmation at 10:30 or in the first half an hour of the session, then what about checking what's the average distribution for all the days which confirmed in that time frame? So you make it even more specific. You make your data even more alike, to your current session, because if you are like the general dashboard, a confirmation happened on the long side, so the side is the same, but you don't know when it happened, because confirmation, let's say confirmation at 10:30 versus confirmation at 3 p.m. is very different from what I observed in studying the data. So well. And hopefully
Okay.
people will explore for themselves.
Yes.
But then we created a graphical tool to show you visually, because a picture is
Like
worth 1,000 words.
you're running away a little bit. So um, let's start on the top. So
I'm so
like
excited about the distributions.
yeah, me
But yeah.
too. I'm super excited about it. But like on top, very important to understand for the people. So on the dashboard, you see the Monday stats, you see the January stats, and you see the second week stats. But like, if you
Yeah.
understand what we were talking about, you would ask me the question, where is my overall stats? So what are the stats? If I don't care about Mondays, I don't care about if it's January or February, and I don't care which week we are in. And these numbers here on my screen, now, these are the overall numbers. So no day of the week filter, no monthly filter, no weekly filter, right?
Correct. Yeah.
So, and here I can now filter as I would like to filter. So now I can say I want to filter by day, I want to filter by month, or I want to filter by the week of the month, like we had in our example. So I'm not changing
Yes.
anything because I don't want the program to give me no
It's
screen.
working on my side now. It's
Yes,
working, so I
it should
think
be
it's
working, but
safe
like
for
for the
you to.
presentation, it's not that important. So we could go
Okay.
here now and we could say by day, and we want to see only Fridays. So if I would be
Yeah.
preparing for a trading day, I would like say, okay, tomorrow it's Monday. So I would filter the data for Mondays, right?
Yep.
So just pretend I have filtered for Mondays, so my numbers would now change to only datas from Mondays.
Yes. Correct.
So, and now
And
we
then
go to the next one, and here it's asking me, do you know already if the D are true or false? So I don't know that, so I leave it at all clear, right? If I want to
yeah.
test some model for whatever model I develop inside my trading plan, I could say, okay, I just want to see the stats for when the rule is true, right? The
Hmm.
second, what we have is confirmation direction. So that I might know because like I might be trading now the ODR on Monday and I already have a long confirmation, for example, or a short one. And
Yep.
then when I have the confirmation, I can also select in which time frame the confirmation happened. So we have half an hour windows of time which we can select. And based on what we are selecting here, I'm afraid to click it away, but I try it. So let's say we have a confirmation in the first half an hour of the session we are trading in. It's working for me and we have a long day. Don't do this to me. Ah, perfect. So long confirmation, ADR session, and the confirmation happened between 8:30 and 9 o'clock New York local time. So now I see for this, let's be really brutal and take also the day into consideration. So now I also selected Monday. So the data I see now is based on the selections I took, right?
Yep.
So these data up
Correct.
here are now filtered by Monday, by I don't know if it will be a true or a false day, by
Hmm.
long confirmation, and the confirmation happened between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. So all these numbers are now for a very, very specific case. And this is like, I really hope people understand what we are giving here. It's mind-blowing. Look at the numbers. Like every trader, everyone will explain to you statistical edge when you're taking trades is you can't beat it. Every algo in the world who is making price or trying to make price is only using one point, and that's data. There is no algo in the world who is considering whatever how the queen is feeling tomorrow. Ah, she's not there anymore, sorry. That's all what counts. And imagine if you come to a point where your mind and your psychology is able to capitalize on these data. These are 20 years data, guys. 20 years of data. You are doomed to make profit. People laugh about me when I say that, but that's what is happening. If you're able to transform your trading into quantified strategies with data which back you up, you will gain confidence and you will take trades which are over 100 trades. You're gonna be making money. It's unavoidable. Nobody can stop you. Nothing in the world can stop you. Because that's just facts. Sorry. So now we have all the selection here. And now I see median standard extension. Standard deviation extension. Hello?
Correct. Yes, I'm here. I'm just
I just
listening.
took you away with,
I'm so
with my
excited.
motivational speech.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
So
I
median
hope people
standard.
are as excited as we are.
And everybody here is how fucking excited. Oh, sorry, I am. So, but median standard extension means what?
It's like the stats we showed in the dashboard before,
Yes.
but it tells you the maximum extension that you reach in these specific days with these specific filters. And by default, the chart that you see below, it's standard extension distribution. So if you click on it, it's not going to change.
I click standard in this one because it's already standard max extension. Okay.
Yes. But if you click the other one.
Yes. No, we are not clicking anything right now. So let's have a look at this beauty. Yeah. Because I love stats, I love numbers. This is just amazing. So I have brought down the statistics from 20 years data into such a time frame where I'm right now trading. So I trade the ADR, it's Monday, I have a confirmation long, confirmation of the time was happening there. And now I get a standard extension, standard deviation extension distribution. What does a distribution means? So what you see here, guys, is how many times over the last 20 years on Monday in the ADR session with confirmation at 8:30, 9 o'clock, how many times price went to 0.4 standard deviation, 0.6, 0.8, 1, etc., etc., etc. So if you have been paying attention to distributions in math, in whatever class they teach it, like in Germany, like around 8 to 10 grade, so you would know that we were looking like normally we have a bell distribution. So, and that's what we see here. So we can see based on this graphic that most of the distributions were happening around the 0.8 and 1.2 standard deviation level. So when you look for a target, so let's say you took a long trade and you're looking for a target, that means like this area between 0.8 and 1.2 is a very, very low hanging fruit, right? And you wouldn't see that. If you look at the median, we are at 1.3 because the median of all these numbers. But when you look at the graph, you're looking where is the bulk of standard deviations. So everybody should understand what this means. I mean, you can't drill it down more. Show me any other system, show me anything which can do that for you. I don't know it. I have not seen it in the real-time market. It will be not there because it's just not existing yet. And I'm not saying that because it's the academy. It's just facts of what you're getting here. It's just like there is no price tag to put on. So then we have the same. We don't only see the standard deviation extension. We can also see this the maximum retracement distribution, right, Mage?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let's click this.
And here we can see the negative numbers finally.
Yep. And again, mine is not working. Yeah, here we go. So now, as it should be, we see that the maximum retracement from 0.4 median, which would be this. That's the median. But we definitely see that the bulk of the standard deviations on Monday's IDR with confirmation at 8:30 to 9 o'clock will be around this standard deviation. So 0.2, 0.1, 0 till 0.1, and then into the minus area. Like there is a bulk distribution. So again, we even can say based on statistics where we would expect a retracement is going in the ADR on Mondays and blah blah blah. Don't say it again. Is that right?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, so
That's
now
awesome, right? I mean,
I'm blown away, but like okay, I can stop the acting now, but I hope everybody understands what these data mean and like why we are doing this stream, and there is no shame in having some fun because life is all about fun, but like being in the position to show you something like that, I personally would have not dreamed about that like 6 to 8 weeks ago. Because we literally started from the sketch and everybody thought, yeah, Master brought out a DR video. I know about all of this data. But in this short amount of time, making it in such a way for you usable, most people don't understand when they talk about $20 or $30. Listen, there is like hundreds of hours of work for everyone who wants to learn. And like, it's not me, it's about other guys. Of course, I helped, I gave the direction how to develop it, but I was not doing any coding for this. It was literally Mage who did all of that. And people like him are just amazing. He approached me, told me, hey, Master, I have this Excel file with 20 years data. What can we do with it? And look at what is the result out of it. This is the result of simple 20 years of price data he purchased, not even in mid-October. And the value you are getting as a trader from it, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to say. You see it by yourself. I don't even have to exaggerate anything here because everybody who understands trading will understand what I'm saying here and what you are seeing on your screens. It's just amazing. So then we have median retracement before high of the day. Okay, we have to name it high of the session and low of the session.
Yep.
So what does that mean?
It's, as we explained before, this is the retracement that you should expect before the maximum extension in the day. So you can see that it's usually smaller than the other retracement, which means before price reaches the maximum of the session, you should expect a lower retracement, which also tells you that if you already have a 0.5 retracement, maybe you're not going to see the high of the day, or maybe you already saw the high of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is also an interesting insight if you think about it.
Yeah, because, definitely. Yeah. So, say it again, please. Obviously, I think like there's so much gold already just in explaining it. Say it again, please.
Yeah, so if you see that the median retracement before the high of the session or the low of the session is very low, and you are in your session, the live trading session, and you see the price is retracing to 0.4, 0.5, then you look at the distribution, you see, oh, actually, the distribution tells me that the retracement is very little, even negative sometimes, or most of the times, before the high or the low of the session, which could tell you that maybe you already saw the high or the low of the session. If you know what I mean.
It's amazing. It's like not only what you said, and I hope everybody understood what he explained just to you. So you can make conclusions about how to take a trade in a certain situation based on statistical data. Again, This is huge. And if you want to become a professional trader, if you want to become profitable on a long run and consistent, this is where you should put your eggs into. Not like DR or Academy. I mean, that's more a general sentence I can tell you. If you ever want to become a successful trader long term, trading real money accounts and making a living out of it, your model has to be based on statistical edge and numbers. Everything else will fail. If you think you can read the market, go on. We'll talk again in 10 years. So this is amazing. And for the same statistic, it's the same. So when you see the distribution and when you're using your DRlens, look at where are the standard distributions. So the graphic is mainly there to tell you in which area there is a cluster of distributions. And that's something which you can also use where you want to enter, where you want to take a trade. And you will see later when we talk about Drive, how to use this data, because everything, we are going pro here. So these data you later can use in your DR Drive, and you just put the data in and the script will show you everything you need to know. You will have a line there, you will see exactly, you can use this to really create a HUD for your trading. And this is amazing. And let's look at the last point, which is C after 0.5 distribution. So I guess that's mean, how is the distribution after we reach the 0.5 low-hanging fruit target, right?
Yeah, correct.
So again, we get another data point where we know after hitting, how many times you have seen this in the last 3 weeks when you were following price. Very often price is reaching 0.5 standard deviation in one direction, and then we see retracements, and that's literally the graph you're getting here. So once price has hit 0.5 standard deviation, the retracement afterwards will be in this bulk on Mondays, confirmation 8:30 to 9 o'clock, blah blah blah. So in this area where my mouse is, from minus 0.4 up to 0.4, that's the max, there is the bulk of distributions. So if you want to take it even more, this is a function you can also press here, by the way. So this area here, we have two areas where a lot of areas where we can take a trade in. So this is from 0.4 to 0 retracement. And then we have another one from minus 0.2 up to 0.5. So now think about it. Use it like, you know how much I like volume imbalance. You know how much I like gap imbalances. So you look at your data and let's say you see this scenario, and then you see in this area where you expect the retracement to be going to, there's also volume imbalance. Maybe there is a level from the previous DR session which is matching, like magically aligning with this area. You understand, it's so much conclusion. A lot of people are asking me, and Nindo is one of them, like how sometimes like it looks like I'm taking entries which are unnatural. But now that everybody sees and I can talk about it, that's what I'm using. I'm using data to verify entry levels which are giving me a statistical edge. And most of the times, if you have seen, when you have seen me trading, I am having entries which are like literally surgical. I'm entering the market in a level when my trade is working out, I'm not getting touched anymore. And I can work with like tight stops if I want to. But now everybody sees what we are doing and everybody knows where I'm basing my decision making for trading. Before I was like, it was just looking, he's just doing that, whatever, 20 years experience. But no, it's not that. It's the combination of using statistical data for my statistical advantage, combining it with what I taught you in the DR model and combining it with volume imbalance or whatever you want to use. You can use fair value gaps. You can make the same example for this data with a fair value gap. Look, if there is a fair value gap exactly at this standard deviation retracements, and then look how the price is acting there. if you see a rejection from these areas, you know you have a very high chance that the price will go to the other side again. And that's what it's all
It's
about.
amazing.
It's it's all what it is all about. That's all about trading. Using your statistical advantage to gain advantage for your money, because at the end of the day there must be a decision. At one point you don't know what the market will do in the next 15 minutes. It's always, that's why it's called speculating. You're speculating on a certain scenario to come. And if you ask myself, and I think I can say this with 18 years of professional experience, it's just very simple. If I speculate for something, I want to have a statistical edge on my side. And that's exactly what this is giving you. And this is the next step of evolution compared to what I showed till now. Because like this is now explaining why Master is taking some of the trades he took. Because I know the data. I have known them before DRlens, and now everybody can know them. And I'm gonna teach every single one of you how to do that. And trust me, if you can follow rules and if you can follow the frame set I will give you, I I am 1000% sure from the 500-600 people we have in the academy, after 6 months, 80% will be profitable. I bet on this. I bet. Sorry.
Mhm. And I think there is a last hidden gem that maybe people
Yes.
didn't catch. But if you see in the statistics above the chart, there is also the max extension median time, and that tells you exactly that. It tells you on average when was the high of the session or the low of the session reached.
Oh,
So this is another interesting
wait. What?
data
What?
point
What?
for
What? What?
people.
What? 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 Say it again, please.
The extension median time, it
Yes.
tells you the average time when price reached the high of the session or the low of the session, based on the filter you applied.
Ah, wow. So I'm getting like, let's go back where everything started. Back in the days, somebody said, or had the idea, price and time. Time and price? Time and price, price and time. You know what I mean. So
Indeed. Yes.
we have price, we have statistical price data, we have time, we can. DRlens, it's just a magical book. That's what it is. Of course, if you just
Love
look at
it.
it like it would be a comic book and you just think, wow, nice picture, nice drawings, funny, haha, then it's not going to help you. But if you read it like a book and you study it, this is going to be a game changer for you.
I'm even more hyped now after listening to you. I didn't even realize how powerful I made it.
Okay,
Can
maybe
I
some.
give
Yeah,
can can I
please.
give a quick shout to my partner who helped me with this, Hillary?
What you're telling
I'm
me,
not a
there's another
coder.
person working for everyone? How is that
Yes,
possible?
because
Master should do everything by himself, and dare him that he would charge anything for it because, like, he's gonna take the money and make a big party in Dubai. Yes, that's what I'm here for. Yes, tell
yeah,
please.
no, let me give a quick shout to Hillary, my friend who helped me with this, because until 2 months ago, people should know that I didn't even know how to write a single line of code. I learned a lot in the last 2 months, but to manage all the infrastructure and give access to 600 people in 24 hours and all being live at the same time on this without too many glitches. I mean, we had some glitches, but we're not a tech company. We're just two people taking time out of our job and making this available for everybody. And I'm so proud of what we achieved. And hopefully people will appreciate it. But thank you, Hillary, for helping me and making this possible.
Amazing. Cool. Okay, so I think maybe like 3-4 questions for people about DRlens, and then we're gonna switch to Drive. I think we have to wait for a second till the stream is catching up. By the way, for the live sessions in DR Academy, we're gonna have, and I'm happy to announce that, but we're gonna have Vimeo enterprise solutions. So that means we're gonna work off a low latency stream for everything what we are doing. And I'm super excited because like there's one thing which I really like, and that's quality. I love quality, and everybody working with me knows that. So I'm super excited to do that there also. Okay, I'm waiting for the questions to coming in. If I am long, their rule has to be true, right? Or I'm missing something? No. What do you mean? You have a probability. If you are long, DR rule has to be true. That's, yeah, you're missing something big time, I think. What happens if you hit true or false in the scenario you are showing? How does this affect the scenario? So what if scenario, like then I'm having just a false day. So you see, it's 82% that it will be true for a long day. So if we close below the other side of the DR, just shake a head for a second, take 1 hour minus and go next. I mean, I don't see any 100% number, and if you're looking for 100%, and if you think that you can ever reach that in trading, it's not gonna happen, sorry to break it down. But 100%, I mean, these numbers are already extremely high for trading. So once you have a day and you lose because it's breaking the rule and you can only trade the rule, then it's just what it is. You take 1 minus R and you move on. That's simply what's happening. So in this case, how to exactly read the negative numbers again? Mage, maybe you want to say something about it?
Yep. Negative numbers for retracement, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you have a negative retracement, it means that price never retraced below IDR, because the retracement is always calculated from IDR.
Yes.
So it means let's make it practical for people. If you have a confirmation long and price reaches a 0.5 standard deviation,
yes,
and you have a negative 0.2 retracement, it means that price never comes below IDR high,
yes,
but actually it goes above IDR by 0.2 standard deviation.
yes.
That's
So,
the lowest point you touch.
to draw a picture for the people who are listening in their head, so in this example, this one we are looking at the after 0.5 standard deviation. So you have your DR line and there is a DR high. And above the DR high, you will have your 0.5 standard deviation. So once 0.5 standard deviation is hit, it means literally 0.0 number till 0.5 retracement. Like this area means we are having a retracement between the DR high and the 0.5 standard deviation. And the next cluster means from here to 0.5 of the DR range. It's very simple. We will show some charts, but like this is only an introductory video, and we will cover this. Trust me, there will be a day when you wish we are not talking about DRlens, because this will be part of the daily training, of the live sessions and everything. This will be your bread and butter, bread and butter. So this was just to give you an insight that you can play a little bit with it. And of course, in the academy, we will go over that till you can't see it anymore. I swear to you guys, you're gonna be hating DRlens at one point, but in a good way.
I hope not.
Yeah. Okay, so Mage, stay with me because I don't want to do the stream alone. So let's switch
Okay.
over to the second tool we offer, or like what you can have. So for everyone, right, it's the time to go over and check what is Drive. So Drive is literally the IDR script, and like a lot of people have been asking me over the time, when will be 2.7, and it was like at one point is version 2, 1.1, 2.4, 2.5, 2.7, and we finally reached everything, which would be technically version 3 from the script, which is free from everyone. And now it's Drive 1.0, and everybody in the academy has access to the script. And what I'm very excited about is just simply that this script will implement what we just talked about it. So if we talk about the example, what we had, what Mage was showing. So for example, with the Drive script, you are able to set up a setup what you want to see, what you want to see in your charts. So in this example, we are looking at setups for every session, triggers at 75% retracement of the IDR. So of the IDR means the red lines in my chart example. So when we reach 75%, and that's also the blue line what we have here, yes, when it reaches this, we reach 75% of retracement of the DR. And then we want to see what would be the target. In this case, it's DR or factor 0.5 standard deviation. So we could go to 0, we could go higher. You can test every scenario where you want to go. So if you want to use standard deviation, you go down here and you say you want to have the target standard deviation. And for example, we see if we would work with the standard deviation null, we would have over the last 219 sessions, we have 26 losers, 26 winners, 34 losers, 7 neutral trade, and a win rate of 43.33. So it's literally your backtesting tool for every scenario you want to work. And now consider how to use that with what we just showed in DRlens. So we can set up everything here, and you will have everything visualized, what you analyze before the day starts or during the day before you take your trade. We can everything visualize here. And of course you can try every kind of setup. So if we take, for example, we go back to DR and we see how our numbers are changing. So if I take as a target DR, so literally to make it visually for you. So the setup would be price reaching 75% retracement of the IDR levels and would go at least to DR again. So that's the setup we are checking right now. So entry here, stop below here, and then go up. And we can configure it in the way we want to. We can show only if this is happening during the RDR session. So only RDR session with the same setup. It's 5 winners, 9 losers, 4 neutral. So it's a win rate of 35%. So you can play around with this. And this is mainly something we started as the retirement setup, but now it's fully configurable. And you can check for every session, you can check for every kind of setup, and you can visualize everything. So if you take the smaller one and you look at the numbers here, so it's also, you can leave it for you if you want to check something for your backtesting when you're setting up your trading plan. You have all the visual confirmation. So literally for the scenario you have as a setup, you have green means successful trade, red means not successful trade, and the blue lines are your trigger lines. So for example, here we have a neutral example. There is neither a green one nor a red line. So this was a trade which was like either happening, break even. We have to look into this. And then you can check your whole chart and see how this setup is working out, and you can zoom in and you can check, for example, on this day. So you can pre-filter entry criteria with the script and then look how they play out. And then you can find similarities. You can check with your DRlens to decide what kind of setups you want to trade. And I am talking only DR right now. So this is not considering anything else than DR. There is no fair value gaps. There is no imbalance, nothing. So as you can see here, visualize the setup. The blue line is the trigger where we would enter. It has a symbol over there. So we reach the blue line, we enter there. So here it would be already reached the target because we have the DR as a target for the trade. And now you could check how trades with this setup play out in terms of would you maybe want to take a bigger target, or what is the reason, what are the standard deviations in DRlens, etc., etc. So in my opinion, that's the best tool to think about and to work with when it comes to backtesting, when it comes to decision making, when it comes to filtering out what kind of trades or scenarios you want to trade. If you don't want to see that, it's very simple. So if you don't want to have the red and green one because it's cluttering your chart, you can say trigger gone, success one, fail gone, and we can remove everything and it's gone. So now we just have our usual script, but we're still calculating, so it doesn't mean that we stop the calculation. If you want to not show the statistics, for example, so you don't want to have the setup statistics because you don't need it, you're trading, you don't want to see the average open close range of the DR sessions, you close it. If you don't want to say the simple, so you can define everything as you like and as you want to have it. If you want to have the script faster, you stop the calculation for all the setups, so the script is not taking any resources from your computer. And what everybody was waiting for, now we have alarms for everything. So we have alarms for confirm DR top, we have alarms for confirmation to the bottom, so like long or short. We have trigger up, that means whatever you're configuring your setup, you can get an alarm. So you can set up an alarm. I want to have an alarm every time when we have a confirmation long and we're retracing to the IDR mid-level. So you can set up alarm for that. You can even set up alarm when the setup has failed, or you can have an alarm when the trigger down is triggered. So this is not in your version, that's the Discord version, so that's just for us. And of course, script is fully customizable. Whatever you want to have, you can set it up as you like it in your charts.
So you made a backtesting platform on TradingView.
Sorry?
Easy to use for everyone. You made a backtesting platform, easy to use, accessible to everyone on TradingView.
Yeah, it's backtesting.
How did you do that? How did you do that?
Well,
this is unprecedented.
No, it's just like, and this is not even the beginning. Everybody sees in my charts that we have whip and gip. And of course, this script will be also ready, like I would give it like maybe 10 more days. And the next version of Drive will have the relationship models. So as we have seen, what we have talked a lot in the last weeks, how is ADR, ODR and RDR connected? Why is this an upside expansion model, for example? How can we predict how we can take trades inside this area? Like last Friday was a beautiful example how you can trade. A beautiful example for, like, that's for example retirement setup. Like we are not even, we have not even started. Like, if you think this is amazing, watch me, watch us, because this is just, we are just starting. That's all I can say. There's so much more in DR, IDR, which has to be taught, and everything what I can teach about it, it can be also quantified. So there is nothing which requires requires a lot of interpretation. It's like very rule defined, it's very rule based, and that's what I like about it. And yeah, so amazing tools for everyone to become a successful trader. And even if you're not a member of the academy, it doesn't change anything. These are all like, yeah, people of the academy they have an advantage, but it's not that like the model is the same. The model stays the same. What I'm teaching about it, it's still the same. It's just the people in the academy, they will accelerate faster because they actually have the drive and they are ready to commit, and that's what I like. But the model stays the same. It's not going to change. If people think that IDR is just a fluke and DR, I'm gonna have to say there will be people, 5,000, 6,000, 10,000 people soon in the academy, because it just makes sense. And people already see the DR and see how people can use it. And we're gonna be on top of our game to develop all this stuff. And it's not me only. People think, oh yeah, master, can you do this script? Can you do that? Like, whoever was seriously working and and trying to make a script which makes sense knows how much time it takes. And I'm not doing that alone. I have two amazing people, two amazing coders who are helping with the developing of all the crazy ideas I have. They sometimes hate me because I want to do things they are telling me in the first it's not possible. But look at it, it's done. This script and the people who already tried it will confirm that to me. Like, we talk about Nindo. Nindo is an amazing trader. Like, he saw Drive and he was like, wow, I have to pull my hat because this is just amazing. And the more you will work it, you will understand it. I mean, I'm not even talking about features everybody was asking me already 100 times, that I can switch easily to Euro USD. And I can see the success rates for the last 209 sessions. So ADR is definitely the worst session to trade when you want to trade Euro US dollar. ODR seems okay, but if I want to trade Euro USD, I would fix myself on the RDR session, maybe ODR into RDR. And if I say, okay, 209 session, that's not enough. Okay, then switch simply to the 30 minutes time frame. And you will get a total of 1600 sessions. So that's from the 3rd January of 21 till the 13th of January of 23. So 2 years of data. And here you have your stats. So now I see also, when I'm looking at Euro USD dollar, I also see, okay, the last 500 sessions were a little bit rough, but overall ADR is not so bad, but still by a margin the worst session to trade Euro USD dollar. And I see ODR is already 80% without considering news. That's quite an amazing number, because people complaining, yeah, Euro USD, but it's not. And RDR is super strong with 83% probability without considering high impact news. So that's like a set of data which is crazy. And now I show the next one. We are going to look at gold and we will see the same. Okay, gold doesn't like ADR so much. ODR is okay, but RDR, so if I want to trade gold, I would focus on RDR. I will pull up my DRlens and I'm gonna, when the data are in there, I'm gonna check I will find every single setup in gold for the RDR which I want to trade. Because that's what successful traders are doing. They are taking advantage about it. It's not about saying, yeah, DR is not working. No, it's about, wow, gold has 88% probability in the RDR session. So I'm gonna see that I'm getting my entries there. So I don't have to trade gold anymore. I don't have to trade anything. I'm happy with ES. But if I would be 15 years younger and I want to really accelerate my trading, I would use that. I would have alarms for gold. I would simply go, I do the same. I see the stats, I go into my script and I say, I want to have confirmations for gold. Zack, I want to have confirmations for gold and I only want to have for the RDR session. I click this button here, I click add alert and I press this away and I create. And like by magic, whenever this is happening, my computer will tell me, even when I'm looking at ES, it will tell me, oh, setup is coming. Like, this is the way how to trade. This is the way how to be profitable. I hope everybody understands what I'm talking about. Yeah, we could go through all the examples, but like you will see different instruments, for example, British pound. Let's check British pound as the last one. Same behavior. And I'm gonna show you another trick, which is like I'm giving to everyone. So if you want to trade, if you can't trade the RDR because of your time zone, yeah, like you can't trade the RDR, so the main session, and you have to focus somehow on the ADR, yeah? Look at this. You press here, and this is only for people who can't go into the later sessions. But like if you have to trade the ADR session, do the following. Look at the numbers. Look, 70%. Look at this. Look closely. And now you change your timings from the ADR lines time to 1 o'clock. See how you're increasing your rate? Do you see it? You just gain 7% success ratio. When you only want to focus on the RDR, change it, don't wait till 2 o'clock, make session at 1 o'clock. It's not gonna be as precise for the models which are forming later on, but like if you're forced to trade ADR sessions, change it to 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna show you also the difference for the ES, for example. So you see 1 o'clock gives me 83%, 2 o'clock gives me 97%, so 4% more probability. It doesn't look a lot to you, but it will make a big difference if you only can do ADR sessions. So what else to say? I think that covers everything about DR drive. No, that's RDR, Brogred. Brogred, RDR is from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. and goes until 2 a.m. in the morning, New York time. So I hope everybody is excited as I am. I don't know what to do. Since days I'm super hyped, I'm super motivated. I can't wait to really start. I can't wait till we onboarded everything. And I want everyone to talk a lot about it, because in less than 6 months, because we're gonna capture all the data of every student in the DR Academy. And in 6 months time, there will be verified data about what we did, how the transformation of those people in the academy has been going on. And I'm sure, I'm so 100% sure that we will have numbers nobody ever reached in retail trading education. I am sure about it. And I'm not saying anything more. I'm just telling the people, watch us, watch me, and we're gonna show results as we do with DR, as we do with everything we did so far. So far, nobody can say we didn't deliver. Everything what we did, the system, the model, the scripts, the videos, the backtesting session. There is nothing somebody can tell me, Master, you're doing shit. Because everything I did so far, it's working. And I just gave it away for you guys. So we're gonna see, and you're gonna see, we're gonna deliver again. And those 500 people, they will be profitable. Not all of them, but the majority. I'm 100%. And that's the most important point, because like I said, I want to help people. And I'm pretty sure these 500 people, they will go out there and help other people. And next time, I can't only take 1,500, because out of the 500 people, 20 people will be PhD. 20 people will be ready to help other people. And we're gonna have 5,000 people next time in the academy. And I can't wait for that. We're gonna prove it, and we're gonna have fun.
Can't wait.
Okay, so
Can't wait to see the results.
Me too. It will be a lot of work, but we will get the results. Like I said, you know, a last story before we're gonna end the stream, because technically I already have to start the next stream, so we will postpone the next stream a little bit. But the last thing I can say, I was thinking a lot when Academy became a topic, and when I figured out that if I want to train people, I have to limit the number down, and I have to find people who can help me. But I was thinking a lot about it, why I never had the same problems like the normal trader or retail trader has. And you know what the answer was? H? Hello?
I don't.
He left me alone. Oh my God. No,
No.
Jokes aside.
I'm waiting.
The conclusion which I came to is that from the very first moment, I told everyone I lost 30,000 with options, but that was not really trading. That was just being stupid. And then I had the advantage that from the first day I entered into the bank and I worked as a junior trader, I always had a framework. Yes, stats is important also, but I had to follow a framework. There was no question ever in my work life where I thought, oh, I take a trade with more risk, oh, I move stop losses, or I do something stupid. Because something stupid would have been, you are fired. It's very simple. And I was never depending on that, because I had my framework and there was just no question in my head that I do something stupid. There was a plan, a framework. And I told the story to some people in Discord. My first 4 weeks, my first mentor in the bank, he was giving me a coin and I had to flip at a certain time on the day. I had to flip the coin. And head was long and number was short. So I had to flip the coin, and whatever was the flip, I had to enter a trade with risk management and all stuff and trade management. And I had to do that for 4 weeks. I was thinking at that time when he told me that he's nuts, but he wasn't. I ended up after 4 weeks with having a little bit of profit. Some other people who did this later on, they had like plus minus zero, and other guys had a little bit of minus, but nobody blew up account, nobody had any trouble. What we learned out of this was just simply that mindset is the most important. Following your plan, following risk management, following your trade management. It doesn't matter how much your entry model looks good or not. It's the most important, and that's what I learned from the beginning on. And put this into a framework where you don't even think. And I hope people can rely on that, because you all have a job or had a job, right? So everybody knows how it is. So I just ask you, would you think about in your job to do something stupid which will make you lose the job? You wouldn't. But when it comes to trading, people take their money and think, haha, I'm gonna be a clown today. I'm gonna move my stop because I think in my belly it doesn't feel good to lose money. Right? That's the honest truth. And I never had this problem because I had a framework and I had clear rules I had to stick to. Because not sticking to it would have meant trading career over, I can do whatever else. That's simply what it is. And that's what we're gonna do in Academy. I don't have to say it again. But that's just a story which I realized when I'm thinking about how to structure Academy. That I just realized I never had these problems because I never got the chance to be a retail trader, which can literally play and think trading is kind of a game. I never had this. And that's also why I'm so sure if people are ready to commit to this and can follow a strict plan and a framework, and we're going to teach that, there is no way. You're doomed to make profit. That's my opinion. I'm going to prove it, we're going to prove it, and we will talk about it when it's done.
Thank you for sharing this story. This is so inspiring and powerful. I think it makes total sense. With strict risk management, strict rules, mindset, everything is possible.
Yeah,
and we're gonna beat the game.
I never, in my whole 18 years of career, I never saw a trader being in a bad mood because he lost a trade. And I have seen people losing millions of dollars in less than 5 minutes. And they were just standing there, and it was normal. It is normal. It's part of the game. And that's just what it is.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
I think if people are mad about losing a trade, maybe they're also over leveraging or taking too big of a position. Because if you are properly sizing your trade, then you should accept that you have a chance of losing that money. And if your risk reward is good enough, if you lose your R but you make it 7 times back at some point, then you should be fine. But if your R is too big to start with, then maybe there is a problem with the size of your R.
Yeah, but that's what I totally agree with you. But that's also a framework question. Like if you follow your framework, your R can't be too big. It's simply what it is. If you're a doctor and you're not taking your scalpel and you're cutting into the people's flesh without disinfecting it, It's in every other, and I'm pretty sure everybody who's listening to me right now, in the back of their head, as much if they like me or they don't like me, it doesn't matter, but in the back of their head, they know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're a pilot, you're not starting your plane before you have your checklist. That's just what it is. Because else people will die, something bad can happen. That's just reality. It's just what it is. But for whatever crazy reason, a soldier going into the battlefield is checking his gun before. And he's not running around whistling into the air over a battlefield. Everything has framework. And if you don't follow the framework, you're gonna get beaten up. And you deserve to get beaten up. That's just what it is. But what I never figured out in this 18 years is when it comes to retail trader, why this is happening. Because I met pilots, I met lawyers, I met a lot of smart people. But when it came to trading, they just turned into very dumb people. Not meant in a bad way. But they thought trading is a game, but it's not. You are trading against the top-notch people in the world. Don't forget that. It's like if you want to trade, build a picture in your head. You are going with Mike Tyson into the ring. Or if you don't like Mike Tyson, you're going with Conor McGregor. You go into the octagon with Conor McGregor. And he's gonna hurt you bad. He's gonna hurt you really bad. Same goes for trading. If you go into the ring and you think you just can do it somehow, it's not gonna end up well. So anyway, that's it from my side. I hope you liked the stream, and I and I can't wait for more live streams. I like live streaming. I like live trading, and I'm very excited to do that also because a lot of people talk about trading, but live, doing everything live, it's a different story. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, mate, it was very nice to have you here
I
to
love
talk
it.
about it. You know, I love your work and I love your mentality. If you want to have an example of somebody who is a really hardworking guy, look at him. And I hope we delivered some information for you. So, thank you. I love
Thank you
it.
for having me, and I loved it. And I think it's a good format to have people with you on the stream when you live stream or when you backtest.
Yeah, Mark, you're absolutely right. I should stop smoking. But you know, I can't be everywhere perfect. But don't worry, I'm healthy. I'm checked up. I had to be checked up every year completely because of the job I was doing. So I'm fine. But you are right. I agree with you. Sometimes I am also stupid. Happens to me. Love you all. And we're gonna delay the backtesting stream, I guess, a little bit. I will let you know when we start. Okay. Thank you. Have a nice one.
Thank
And
you.
see you later if you
Bye
join the
bye.
other stream. Bye bye.